あそこに煙いのが
トランプと一緒ですね。
ぬいぐるみみたいな。腹が見える。
草に隠れて
この感じやったらまだないですね。
Where I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of our land, the people of the Kulin Nations, and repay my respect to their elders past, present and future. So here's Kari, our 7-year-old koala, very happily doing what she does best, and actually she's awake, so that's a start. 20 hours of the day these guys actually are generally spent resting, if not sleeping. But that is not because they're particularly lazy. That is because they've really got to work hard to conserve their energy. They survive on a diet purely of eucalypt leaf, as I'm sure many of you know, which is an excellent adaptation for an Australian animal to be able to survive on quite a ubiquitous leaf. But of course that leaf has very, very little carbohydrate in it, just a little bit of carbohydrate, tiny bit of fibre, and that's about it. So there's really very little energy there, and they've got a very slow digestive system. It takes about 72 hours to pass through their digestive system. So they've got a lot of conserving to do of their energy, and of course the digestion is fairly slow because it's quite a toxic leaf. Again, they've had to adapt to be able to digest a leaf with a high level of toxicity, which is excellent because, as I mentioned, that means that they don't have to compete for food with other animals that aren't able to digest the eucalypt leaf. So they generally focus on also the tips, just eating the very tip of the leaf, which has got the most water in it. Koala is a kind of a translation of no water or little water in our in Aboriginal language. So they don't have to come to ground to fight, which is dangerous for them obviously with predators, to get water. So they can pretty much get all the water they need from the eucalypt leaf, which is another excellent adaptation for an Australian animal considering the amount of drought that they live through. But the way that they build up their strength towards, or their ability to digest that very toxic leaf, is by eating something called koala pap when they're still in mum's pouch. And that is just a fancy name for mum's poo, which obviously sounds very charming to us, but is actually really practical because it is, of course, mum's gut flora that has the right kind of digestive juices, so to speak, to be able to digest that toxic eucalypt leaf. So that's how they build up their defence to the diet of the eucalypt leaf when they're still in mum's pouch. They are, of course, marsupials, so they have their pouches, but they are rear-facing pouches, which is the same as a wombat, but different to a koala. So a rear-facing pouch means that it's a much safer and quicker journey from birth into the pouch, and then it's also safer being in there because it's less likely for any dirt or any leaves or anything to fall into the...
顔も見えん。これがコアラ。
見てたけど、ですよね。意外と。